ॐ त्रिजलं त्रिगुणाकारं त्रिनेत्रं त्रियायुधं त्रिजन्मपापसंहारणं बिल्पत्रं समर्पयामि बिल्वार्पणम् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात्।
तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा। पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, प्राणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, प्राणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा। पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, प्रणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, प्रणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा गणेशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा, तुम हो विघ्न विनाशा। पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, पार्वती नंदन पाहि गजानन, प्रणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, प्रणव स्वरूपा परितिपुरीशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, साई घनीशा विघ्न विनाशा, साई घनीशा दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। कालिक पालिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। कालिक पालिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। परम शिवायिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। परम शिवायिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। जगदोधारिणी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। जगदोधारिणी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। कालिक पालिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। कालिक पालिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। परम शिवायिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। परम शिवायिनी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। जगदोधारिणी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। जगदोधारिणी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। जय जय अम्बे माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ। शिव शंकर, शिव शंकर, शिव शंकर रूप मोहेश्वर साई। शिव शंकर, शिव शंकर, शिव शंकर रूप मोहेश्वर साई। शिव शंकर 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 साई। शिव शंकर 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 साई। ओंकार प्रिय शिव शंकर साई। शिव शंकर 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 शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर रूप महेश्वर साई शिव शंकर 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 साई ओंकार प्रिय शिव शंकर साई ओंकार प्रिय शिव शंकर साई कैलाश प्रिय शिव शंकर साई कैलाश प्रिय शिव शंकर साई नाथ जन प्रिय शिव शंकर साई नाथ जन प्रिय शिव शंकर साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर रूप महेश्वर साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर रूप महेश्वर साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर 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 साई शिव शंकर 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 साई देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी साई देवी सरस्वती दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ सत्य साई दया करु माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ साई दया करु माँ सत्य साई दया करु माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा गोपी लोला गोपाल बाला गोपी लोला गोपाल बाला नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा गोविंद बाला गोपाल बाला गोविंद बाला गोपाल बाला नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा देवकी नंदन वासुदेव बाला देवकी नंदन वासुदेव बाला अंतर पाला अरविंद नैना नाथ पाला अरविंद नैना नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा श्री कृष्ण केशव वैकुंठ माधव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा नरसिंहाच्युत नारायणा अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय अम्बा भवानी ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय अम्बा भवानी अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे 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 महिषासुरमर्दिनी भवानी महालक्ष्मी अम्बे महिषासुरमर्दिनी भवानी महालक्ष्मी अम्बे जय अम्बे अम्बा भवानी जय अम्बे अम्बा भवानी अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय अम्बा भवानी ज्ञान प्रिय भाव प्रिय अम्बा भवानी अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे अम्बे जगदम्बे काली अम्बे जगदम्बे दिन दिन तक तक दिन दिन ना बाजी दमरू दिन दिन तक तक दिन दिन ना बाजी दमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए दमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए दमरू दिन दिन तक दिन दिन ना बाजी दमरू दिन दिन तक दिन दिन ना बाजी दमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए दमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए दर्शन दो शिव राजा ताल में जीरे दोलन बाके घन 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 बाजे ताल में जीरे दोलन बाके घन 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 बाजे शिव जी के मंदिर जनक जनन बाजे शिव जी के मंदिर में घुंघरू चनन चनन चन बाजे बजाओ रे बजाओ रे बजाओ डमरू बजाओ रे बजाओ रे बजाओ डमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू दिन दिन तक दिन दिन ना बाजे डमरू दिन दिन तक दिन दिन ना बाजे डमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू दर्शन दो भोलेनाथा नर कर कर शिव राजा दर्शन दो भोलेनाथा ताल में जीरे दोलन बाके घन 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 बाजे शिव जी के मंदिर में घुंघरू चलन चलन चन बाजे बजाओ रे बजाओ रे बजाओ डमरू बजाओ रे बजाओ रे बजाओ डमरू शिव शिव जाए बजाए शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू, शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू, शिव शिव जाए बजाए डमरू। श्री राम बोलो राम जय जय राम बोलो राम श्री राम बोलो राम जय राम श्री राम तुम्हारे मंदिर में
बोलो श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। शरणम शुमापन महादेव की जय। शरणम Sitaram devotees. Come now on, we could do better than that. Sitaram devotees. All right, now all is sounding like you're ready for Yagna, like you're ready for satsang, like you're ready to glorify the divine name of that divine Lord. Today being Thursday in Hinduism, Hindus especially in Trinidad and Tobago, normally this is their special day to fast. When they don't know what other day to choose, they choose the Thursday, right? To worship. So today is dedicated, we say Lord Shiva, it's also dedicated to Lord Vishnu. But before starting tonight's katha, we glorify that name of Bhagwan Shankar. Guru Charanan Sirinai ke Binvati rao kar jo शिव शंकर के चरण में लाज रही मन मोह। कैलाशपति महाराज आज, कैलाशपति महाराज आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज, कैलाशपति महाराज आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। जटा में जिनके गंग विराजे, जटा में जिनके गंग विराजे, सर्वांग में सर्प विराजे। जटा में जिनके गंग विराजे, सर्वांग में सर्प विराजे। सब देवन में शंभु हमारे, सब देवन में शंभु हमारे। हे मृगचाला वाले आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज, कैलाशपति महाराज आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। शंभु हमें कैलाश बुला लो, शंभु हमें कैलाश बुला लो। दलपत हियों में दर्श दिखा दो, शंभु हमें कैलाश बुला लो। दलपत हियों में दर्श दिखा दो। नाम तुम्हारे दिल में बसा लो, नाम तुम्हारे दिल में बसा लो। बहुत तरवाने वाले आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज, कैलाशपति महाराज आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कितना के दुख आप हरे हो, कितना के दुख आप हरे हो। आपन पुन संसार भरे हो, कितना के दुख आप हरे हो। आपन पुन संसार भरे हो, यही पुजारी आस धरे हो, यही पुजारी आस धरे हो। तुम हो तारन वाले आज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज, कैलाशपति महाराज, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। बोलो शिव महादेव की। You see, after a few days with Talia, I understand Talia now. See, as soon as that song starts, I see everybody start to clap, right? So by now I know what Talia like, you see? It fits in well. But I just felt, I just feel a little vibe sometimes and, it just sets in with something. I can't plan, again, as I always say, right? That just happens. Whatever Bhagwan wills, that is what happens here. So devotees, tonight once more we're here to join us. We're going to continue our beautiful katha and we'll see where the katha takes us tonight. As we listen to Narad Muni, he's speaking to the father of Parvati and the mother, and he would have told to them, all sorts of things about their daughter. And saying these things, he's still speaking to them at this point in time. So before we join in listening to this beautiful katha, we'll join in our opening Arati, and then we see where katha takes us. Arati ke liye sab kara ho jaye. See, I don't even have to tell her, you're accustomed to this thing now, man. So beautiful. Om sajam trivedi sanuktam mahina yojatam maya deepam grana deva shatrailokyam timirapaham deepam darisham. बोलो श्यारी शक्ति शर्मा माता की। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी,
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी। तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी,
तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी।
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी मैया। Sing the devotees. मांग सिंदूर विराजत दीको मृग मध को, मांग सिंदूर विराजत दीको मृग मध को। उज्ज्वल से दोने चंद्र बदननी को मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी
मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी।
कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे, कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे। रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंठन पर साजे मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी। बोलो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी।
के हरि वाहन राजत गर्ग कपरदारी, के हरि वाहन राजत गर्ग कपरदारी। सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत जिनके दुख हारी मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी। बोलो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी।
कानन कुंडल शोभित ना सारे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर राजत समझोती मैया जय अम्बे गौरी
मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
शुंभ निशुंभ विरारे महिषासुर गते शुंभ निशुंभ विरारे महिषासुर गते धूम्र विलोचन नैना निषिद्न मदमते मैया sing the devotees with faith and love. संहारे शोनित बीज हरे चंद मुंड संहारे शोनित बीज हरे मधु के तब दो मारे सुर भय ही न करे मैया ब्रह्माणी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी ब्रह्माणी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी अगम निगम बकानी तुम शिव पतरानी मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा
चौसठ योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो चौसठ योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो बाजत ताल मृदंग अरु बाजत डमरू मैया जय अम्बे बोलो तुम ही हो भरता तुम ही जग की माता तुम ही हो भरता भक्तन की दुख हरता सुख संपत्ति करता मैया जय अम्बे गौरी गुज्जाचार अति शोभित वरमुद्रधारी गुज्जाचार अति शोभित वरमुद्रधारी मन वांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी अम्मा जय अम्बे गौरी कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर बाते कंचन ताल विराजत अगर कपूर बाते श्रीमल के तुम्हें राजत कोटि रतन ज्योति मैया जय अम्बे गौरी सिंह बोली जो कोई नर गावे श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे मैया जय अम्बे गौरी
जय श्यामा गौरी
Ambe Gauri, Maya Jai Shama Gauri, Maya Jai Shama Gauri, Maya Jai Shama Gauri, Maya Jai Shama Gauri. बोलो श्यारी शक्ति श्री रामा माता की जय. नारायण. आराम से बैठिए. I love it. I don't have to say the English thing anymore, you know. Devotees, once more tonight we join in beautiful yagna, devotion to the lotus-like feet of that Divine Mother. As we are here to understand, we are here to enhance our learning, to open our minds, to awaken ourselves, to access higher levels of wisdom, which will take us to higher levels of realization. Realization of what? Realization of our selves. Yeah, good. So we're learning something. Realization of our selves. It's good to see that you're paying attention, right? That is important. Why do we want to gain realization of ourselves? Because the more that we realize and the more that we understand about ourselves, the more you can have a better experience in life. Everybody asks, I want to have a great experience. How do you want? Just last night I was having a conversation. It was so weird. Strange individual just came and asked to talk to me, and then everybody was wondering where this individual came out from. For whatever reason, the universe always has a plan, you know. And the things that he was saying about life and all of that, and asking, you know, what to do. You achieve one side of life, the physical side of life, but you see, I get cut off from talking to people. That's why I like to talk to everybody when you're not on, right? You see? You can have the physical side of life, meaning you can acquire the material things, you can acquire everything that you want on the earth. That's fine. But if there's not the balance of the spiritual, devotees, then it will not last. It will not last. You would have gotten it in the first place because it came from the spiritual. How so? It is said that before anything in your life shows up in the physical, it must show up in the spiritual plane, that is. Everything that you can think about and that you know and that you can dream of, that you can imagine. I don't want to get all frightened, right? You see how quick Baba does get blame? And she like did, yeah? Jai Bhagwan. So as I was saying, everything has to happen in the spiritual plane first, right? So before this laptop was created, right? Where was it first? You say, well, Baba, it was in the mind of somebody. How did it reach in the mind of somebody? There's this powerful thing that we have called imagination. The problem in life is that when we are young, when you're very, very young as a child, you become programmed very easily, like this young gentleman that we have here, right? You become programmed very, very easily. When you start taking in information, when somebody tells you something, you have to say it over and over and over. And at that stage in life, or around that age, when your parents tell you, were you dreaming about this, that, and the next? You see where we come from, we can't have that. Ever happened to you before? Were you thinking about this? So why are you thinking about that? Well, think about something else. You want to become a sportsman? Become a doctor. Become a lawyer. Become an engineer. You want to become actor? Wait, has school for acting in Trinidad. Yes, this is what we do. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've been through it. We want to do this, that, and the next. We'll become an engineer like everybody else now. The point I'm trying to make is that we close the imagination of the younger ones. And we would have gotten our imagination closed, so automatically we close theirs also. So it passes down from generation to generation like a generational curse. And that imagination gets so close, they get so close-minded that somebody trying to open their mind, or I come now and trying to open their mind and tell them, hey, no, you're not limited, you're unlimited, you can do this, you can do that. Baba, really? It's like, this possible? All the time does this happen. Like this could happen and this. No, I never thought so. I never thought I could achieve anything. Because all your life, people are telling you what you can't do and what you shouldn't do and what you must not do, instead of coming and tell you what you should. Life is beautiful. Life is like a buffet that is served up to you. If you go to eat in a buffet, if I go to eat, I eat in left to right, right to front and back and all sides. You get buffet. That's what you get it for. Bhagwan has served up this beautiful creation to us, that divine mother. She herself is Prakriti, nature, right? Served up this entire creation. Look at the earth, Mother Earth, Dharti Mata. Brings forth so many wonderful things for us to enjoy. Jewels and pearls and food and everything comes from the earth. All the resources comes from somewhere in the earth. All of these wonderful things to make us healthy, wealthy and wise. But while living life, we come into contact with people, whether it's our parents or people in our environment, teachers or whoever it is, and then they come and tell you, you focus on your book now. Poor child is more skilled with something else. It sounds familiar. What are you watching? It sounds familiar. He turned around and watched Mommy one time. Oh, what are you doing? Like, it's yourself, Mommy. That's what you be telling me. I didn't lie, eh? Tell them as the truth I'm telling. You see? Live example. Right? Go and pick up your book now. When I used to run in the cricket ground and play cricket a long time, as you walk through the back of my house, you walk onto the cricket field. That's how it used to be when I was growing up. I used to really play cricket. Back in those days, I was a little star cricketer. Played up to under 19. We won that, and that was it. And then I done. I didn't have no time for that after that again. Right? But I had really loved it when I was young. I tried all sorts of things. I did so many different things. And the point about that is that when I was younger, every day I come home from school, I was running in the cricket ground. So I running straight to the house, change my clothes, boom. You know, you're going with your vest and thing. As a little boy now, your vest and little short pants and running in the cricket ground. We have no parenting. Who's studying about parenting to protect shin and thing? When you coming home, your foot swell up fat so. You playing hardball cricket, little fella. You running with all them big fellas and playing cricket. And all kind of hardball hitting you. But you're running, going every day still because you have a little love for it now. And then I did in the cricket ground. I hear my mother calling, Sanjay, come here. Oh, my home name is Sanjay, by the way, right? I'll learn something today. She was like, Sanjay, come here. What are you doing? Go and do your homework. Go and do this. Go and do that. Right? Well, I may say it may have paid off. That's the next time. But I still run, go in the cricket ground, right? Still run, go. All the time. All the time. Let me share a fun little fact with all as it's going on that way. The best thing I could share with you is my experience so that you know that it's real and it's authentic. So when I was younger, very, very small, I started going satsang when I was around 8 years. I started in satsang groups when I was 8 years. Right? And we used to go satsang to satsang to satsang. I went here and everywhere, right? With that being said, when you start going satsang now, boy, pick up your book now. Satsang now became the problem also. Literally. I can call my mother now and you can ask her and she'll tell you. My punishment when I was smaller is I can't go satsang. And I'm not saying that prideful, that's the absolute honest truth. I used to leave everything and I run and go and live in the temple. And it pay off now? Literally, I'm asking. And it pay off? It made some sense, not so? What I'm coming to devotees is I'm grateful for my parents and all they allowed me to. At some point, they just stopped saying, that makes no sense anymore. Just go now, do what you want to do, right? Just do what you want to do, right? But I used to go, I would spend time in the temple, I live in the temple, I sleep in, night in the temple at Habag, what? I would go different places. I would put my dolak on my back, in a bag, and travel. It had one day, something I doing home, and I walked, and I run into the stairs, and I kick away a big toe nail. You know when you pull out a nail get ripped out, how does it feel? Yeah? I, just recounting some of these memories, that was bleeding, paining, I tape it up, take the dolak, put it on my bag, and travel from home to Hardbag and to go to Satsang. I didn't even know where I was going. I didn't know how to get there. Ask me, mommy, about that, Jan. I didn't know how to reach there to start with. I go on San Fernando, so when I reach there, I go ask somebody where I get in a taxi to go because that is how bad I wanted to go Satsang. That was my passion, that was my love. Right? And I went, put the dolak on the same toe that hurt, and bleeding and play the dolak in the satsang like nothing in happen. That was the love and that was the passion. Now my mom just talk about it and she say it and these kind of things. But back then, while it was happening, she wants a child to grow up to become something successful. So what they know based on the program that they would have received from their parents is you have to go to school and get a good education, and that is how you become successful. But I'm here to tell you today that is not the absolute truth. Not saying I'll drop out of school and thing. But what I'm saying, right? You get all happy they just don't know that ain't working out. Right? You still have to pick up the book. So don't drop out of school, obviously, but it has a part to play. Right? But there are many other things in life, other fields that children may want to explore. I'm sure many of us sitting here right now, you wanted to do something in life and you didn't get to do it because your parents tell you to do something else. The older ones especially. I want my child to become a doctor. I want my child to become an engineer. I want my child to become a lawyer and a teacher. Right? We must expand our minds and open up our minds to all possibilities. And only when we do that, then we can help the children. If we want to make a difference for them, it starts with us. Why I share my own story? Bhagwan just allowing it to flow. Like I say, I can't plan this, It's just real. But maybe it will resonate with you knowing that I also had a process to go through. You know what I mean? To get to a certain point. It takes struggle. It takes challenges. It takes a lot of different things to get to a certain point. So, when it comes to a little child, if you want them to end up in the right path, there's something that they need and there's something that you need and there's something that all of us need. We come back to the point where I started from. And that is the spiritual balance. The imagination that created this, in order for that to enter the imagination of the individual who created this, where do you think it come from? Bhagwan. Consciousness that is all pervading. Here, there, and everywhere. Do you know the man that created this laptop and you have the same mind? Baba, really? Yes. The difference is he may be at a different level of awareness than you are to be able to tap into this. How many of you here? Some of you may be great in sports. Some may be great in academics. Some may be great in skills with their hands. Not so? All always the same? Everybody, that is the beauty of this creation. Everybody has some gift to offer this world. Just like Narad Muni would have spoken about Ma Parvati, that is an example. It's not just Ma Parvati, Why do you think avatars walk the earth? Why do you think there are stories written about them? When are the stories written? Before the avatar walked the earth or after? Put in a little thing tonight. The stories are written after. You ever wonder why? You ever wonder why? Just today I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who's actually Christian and asking, we in discussion, I love to get in these kind of discussions, right? And I was talking about avatars and they asked, what is awareness? The question was, what is awareness? What do I mean by awareness when I say awareness? If you take any one of the avatars, let's take one of the closest ones that came, right? Sri Satya Sai Baba, right? From our tradition, so that you understand. I don't want to quote anybody else's, right? But I can draw reference from anywhere. So, Sri Satya Sai Baba, for example, some people see him as God, some people don't see him as God. Okay, all well and fine. Do you know why people would have seen him as God? Say, well, Baba, he born as God. No. Here's the thing. These avatars, some of them who would have come, been born with these gifts already, that would have been channeled from their past life. The ones who grow up in this life to become known as somebody of meaning and substance and somebody that people would look up to and respect and worship. You have Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Gurudev, you have Sadhguru. There are many individuals, beings walking, right? There's Swami Ganapati Sachidananda, and different people have different beliefs and believe each one to be their own avatar. Everybody. Somebody might believe in Swami Ganapati but not Sri Satya Sai Baba. So funny how this creation works. So funny. Right? You believe in one but you don't believe in the other. Now, I want you to understand why. It is because these individuals would have gone through a process of something called tapasya, which you will hear as we go into the katha. And going through this tapasya, it takes them to a certain level of elevation where they now attain self-realization to understand that they are divinity expressing itself in human form. When they realize it, You look at them and what happens? You start seeing it in them. It is shown. You start seeing it in them because they have become realized. And then some people start worshipping, and it starts growing and starts growing and starts growing. Let me show you. Don't believe me? People who follow Sri Satya Sai Baba, what are they called? Sai devotees. Why are they called Sai devotees? Because they are followers of Sri Satya Sai Baba. People who are called Shaktas, who do they follow and who do they worship? The Divine Mother. They follow a practice called Shaktism. Where did it come from? When the Katha was related and narrated of this powerful warrior in the form of the Divine Mother, people start gravitating towards it because they resonate with it. Ramayana, everybody knows. What happens? This being, just like any one of us, manifests into human form, comes upon the face of the earth, and walks the earth, and lives a life of principle and elevates to a certain level and state of awareness where he becomes godlike. And then everybody now starts saying, Bhagwan walk in the earth. There's a bhajan that says, Nadiyan piya kabhi apna jal, vreksh kaye kabhi apne pal, apne tan ka man ka dhan ka, dujo ko de jo daan re, wo sacha insaan re, is dharti ka bhagwan re. A river never drinks its own water. A tree never eats its own fruits. The one who surrenders his mind, his body, and everything in service of others, he is God upon the face of the earth. Last night I taught you about self-realization. We talked about it the night before, and I'm gradually bringing it to you because it's something very deep to give all in one, right? So I'm gradually grooving you into it for you to understand. First, to open my minds, and I must say I'm grateful. I'm seeing a lot of people being very open-minded to the information. When you have to give this kind of information, it's difficult. You just have to be very careful because people will start to look at you different. Like, what are you talking about? What kind of crazy thing you talking about? Start to think I'm crazy also, you know? Right? In all the scriptures, it speaks about you attaining a certain level to reach to that place where you can understand that you are part of God. Like I told you last night, you are the fire, this flame here, God is like the Havan Gun. This is fire, that is also fire. This is just a little smaller here right now, but this fire can expand, not so add more fuel to it now. Add more fuel to this fire now and see it expand. Your flame, your spark that you have of divinity that you are, it can be expanded. But if our minds are closed and our ears are closed, and I don't want to hear nothing again, I have my beliefs already. I don't want to know nothing else. Me, I want to learn nothing again. I'm doing this since I'm small. Jai Bhagwan, right? If that is the case, then where are you going to go? You will remain right there. They say a rolling stone gathers no moss. If you stay one place, you can start to gather moss. You want to gather moss? Of course not. We have to learn. In life, you're doing one of two things. You're either growing or you are dying. How do you grow? By learning. Right? So, now that we have clarified that, we must open our minds and expand the imagination of our children. Don't take it away from them. They're telling you certain things and they believe in certain things. When you're small, right? And we take little Barry. Well, back in this kind of generation, I'm not really in that generation, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, we take all sorts of pieces of sticks and what we used to do with it? We're making dalgon and things. You make all kind of toy. We didn't have all them fancy toy. We have iPad now and iPhone and thing. We didn't have them thing and them still complaining. Right? We had to make, but look at the power of the imagination. We would take something and make it what it was not. That is the power of the imagination. The person to create this laptop, you know how powerful that imagination has to be? To create a jet to go outer space, which was achieved recently, right? You think that is an ordinary feat? Richard Branson, research it and you'll see if you don't know, right? To create something like that, your mind has to be, there's one man upon the face of the earth, Elon Musk, he has the vision to populate Mars. People watch him, oh, he's a crazy man. No, your mind closed and you need to open it. I want to go. I'm making sure I have enough money on that. I gone. Come now, man. I wish to explore. I want to explore. Bhagwan has created a powerful, beautiful creation here to be explored. Don't limit yourself. Some of us, sometimes we live right here in Trinidad and Tobago, and there are places that we've never, ever seen in our lives. Some of us traveling out the country, but we ain't even gone right here and see what it have right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Like me, for example. But I changed that now. I didn't have the ability when I was younger. I didn't have the vehicle, and I didn't have all those things, right? Not a sad story, but it's the truth. I never used to get to go anywhere. So now I get a chance going everywhere. Right? Why limit? If I feel to do something, devotees, my mind is open. I feel to watch a movie a couple days ago. I went alone in the cinema and watch a movie. Well, look for who? To watch a movie? I gonna buy my food, sit down real happy and watch my movie and real enjoy the Indian movie now. That open, Brahmastra. I only watched it a few times, not one, right? I love Indian movies, by the way, but that one very powerful. I felt something deeper from watching that movie, real deep. If you could see what I see, you will understand. Now, I went alone, but somebody else might say, I need friends to go. I need people to go. I need people around me. I need a significant other. What significant other? I be akela, Jai be akela. Come alone, you go. Lone and Brandon and Devanan. Come alone, you go. Lone. We wait for others to experience. I used to be there once. You didn't want to do anything with your life. You didn't want to live it. You didn't want to be happy. All I want is to see you all smiling. You may wonder, hey, how does Baba always smiling so much? Behind the smile, you have no idea what is transpiring and going on. Just like everybody else, I have challenges too. But the point is, my mission and my vision in life is to see people happy, is to help people become the best version of themselves. I want to see you smiling. I want you to live your best life. When I leave this earth, I don't need to be remembered. That's fine. But I want you to remember the information that I shared with you, so that you can go and live your life and expand this and spread it. We want the world to change. It starts with us. This divine mother, Adi Shakti Jagannath Mata, she was born in that home of the mountain king, way up in the mountains. How do you think the story was written, just so? Great things had to be accomplished in order for her name to be given praise. It didn't happen just so. She came as Sati before. Had to give up the physical body, burn the body, went through all sorts of trials. She father didn't want to invite she and she husband to Yagna. All you think all alone have problem? I'm trying to draw perspective. I'm trying for you to see and understand. Everybody is going through something that we may not understand. Even Bhagwan walked here to show you, Prabhu Shri Ram come upon the face of the earth, and for 14 years he had to live in the forest. Even give up your own slippers that he had to walk with to chappal. Everything gone. Get his consort taken away. Go to fight a war with a Rakshas. All of that to show to us, just follow a few key principles. Live your life, enjoy it, but just follow a few key principles, and you will have an amazing life upon the face of the earth. Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Jagannath Mata ki Jai. Here, devotees, Narad Muni is speaking, and he continues to say, last night I told you, he said, holy men would not even taste wine, even though they know it's made from the holy Ganga. But the same wine, if you take it and you pour it in the Ganga, it becomes pure. Because it will mesh and it will become one with the ocean, as I would have explained last night. That is the power of the Lord. That is the power of the divine Lord. You surrender to God, you build a relationship with God, your life will change, it will transform. Right? He continues to speak. And he says, what does he say? Let's sing together, let's chant as we listen. Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Durga Maiya. Clap, sing.
Jai Durga Maiya.
Together.
Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Durga Maiya.
Sambhu Sahaj Samrat Bhagavana, Ihi Vivaha Sab Vidhi Kalyana, Duradaya Pai Ahi Mahesu, असुतोष पुनीत किए कलेशु। जय दुर्गा मैया, जय दुर्गा मैया, जय
दुर्गा मैया, जय दुर्गा मैया।
जो तप करई तू मारी तुम्हारी, भावी उमेती स कही त्रिपुरारी। जदपि बरा नेक जग माही, यही कह शिवत जी दूसर नाही। बोलो राम राम राम, राजा राम राम राम। बोलो
बोलो राम राम,
let's sing something you know.
राम राम,
सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम। Sing with love devotees.
सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम।
Once more. बोलो राम राम राम, राजा राम राम राम। सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम। बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। शंभु सहज समरत भगवाना, एहि विवाह सब विधि कल्याण। So here Narad Muni tells now, and he's saying to the mother and the father of Parvati Mata, Bhagwan Shiva is all powerful by nature itself, right? For he is none other than Bhagwan himself. He is none other than God himself. Ehi vivaha sabha vidhi kalyana. This union, therefore, will be very, very auspicious in every way that you can think about. Dura radhya pai ahahi mahesu asutosha puni kiye kaleshu. Bhagwan Shiva, though, it is not very easy to win his favor. You know, sometimes they say Lord Shiva very easy is give boon to everybody. Who says so? People say that, not that easy, na? Not that easy at all. Right? He is certainly difficult, obviously, to win his favor. But when tapasya, austerity, penance is practiced, you can easily win over his favor. That is how you can easily win it over. By practicing certain types of penance. Jo tapu kare kumari tumhari. If your daughter practices penance, bhaviyu meti sakahi tripurari. The slayer of the demon Tripura. So Bhagwan Lord Shiva is called Tripurari because he would have destroyed a demon once by the name of Tripura. Right? The slayer of the demon Tripura, none other than Mahadeva, obviously. Jadyapi bara anek jagmahi, ehi kaha Shiva taji dusara nahi. Then even Bhagwan, Lord Shiva, he can change her destiny. Remember last night when we were going through Katha, somewhere here it said that Narad Muni was saying her fate cannot be changed. Yeah? Even sages, serpents, whoever, human beings, everybody, nobody can change that fate. But I told you then that through the worship of Bhagwan, you can alter. And here he comes to say it now. Through austerity, tapasya, penance to Bhagwan, to the divine Lord in whichever form, you are able to eliminate some of the things that you are supposed to undergo. Right? Continues to say that, Ehi kaha Shiva taji dusra nahi. In this entire world, there may be many other dulaha that you could find. But there is no other like Shiva. And he is the only one for her. Baradayaka pranatarati bhanjana kripa sindhu sevakamana ranjana. It is he who grants boons and relieves the stress of his devotees and all of these things. Right? Kripa sindhu sevakamana ranjana. He's an ocean of benevolence, right? And delight to his sevaka, to his devotee. Ichita phalabinu siva avradhe lahiya nakoti joga japa sadhe. But without observing the tapasya, the necessary tapasya, and propitiating Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Shiva himself, for anyone, their desire cannot be achieved. It cannot be achieved without observing worship. Do you remember about 2 pages ago when we did Sati Katha, the first night when we did Sati Katha? The father of Sati Devi, who is now Parvati, then her father was Daksh Prajapati. Remember when he hosted the Yagna and he did not invite Shiva, nor did he make any offerings? And I told you that it's incomplete, your worship is incomplete. See where it comes from? Baba, don't make it up, right? So here, unless you worship and call the name of Shiva in some form, then you can do any form of tapasya. Now you might say, well, Baba, well, in every puja, sometimes I do things and I forget and I don't remember to call Shiva's name. You're always calling Shiva's name. You want me to tell you how? As soon as you chant Om, you chant the name of Shiva. So, Baba, really? Of course. Om. We know it as Om as an O-M. I want you to see it as Om as an A-U-M. 3 different vibrations when you chant Om. Chant it here. Chant it up here. You activate all of the energy centers in your body when you chant Om. Brahma, Om, 3 syllables, O, and Ma. Represents Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Mahesha is Lord Shiva. So when you chant Om alone, that's why they say Om is a complete mantra. Little while ago they did some scientific test and saw that even NASA picked it up or something like that. The vibration, the sound that comes from the sun, they're getting the sound wave. And when they tested it and they checked it, the sound wave was what? Om. The things that we say is not by guess. No? Even when you look at, I remember this one time, when you look at Sri Hanuman Chalisa, those verses dedicated to Hanumanji, they talk about the distance that Hanumanji leapt from the earth to the sun to swallow the sun. And the distance that is written in the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, which was written so long ago, now when in those times they didn't have any form of calculation to calculate that, right? Nobody had gone to calculate that well. Human beings, as a matter of fact, right? When they look at the calculation, it's the most accurate calculation that exists upon the face of the earth. The one that is written in the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, the distance from the earth to the sun. Kya baat hai? This philosophy is so amazing, once you're able to understand the power of it. Understand it, right? So, propitiate Bhagwan Shiva. You chant his name, you glorify his name, right? As kahi narad sumiri hari giri jahi deen hi asisa. So saying, obviously, Naradji now, with his thoughts fixed on Hari, Bhagwan Vishnu, because he always chanting Narayana, Narayana, all the time, right? With his thoughts fixed on Lord Hari, gives his blessings. Hoi hi yaha kalyan abba samshaya tajahu girisa. He gives his blessings to Parvati Devi and he says, shed all your fear. Get rid of all your fear now. O Mountain King, he's talking to the Father, he says, get rid of all your fear. All will be well. Having said this, what happens? We listen. Well, we chant first and then we listen, right? Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. Bolo.
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata.
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata.
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata.
कहिए सब ब्रह्म भवन मुनि गए आगिल चरित सुनहु जस भयो पैते ही एकांता पाए कह मैना नात न मैं समुझे मुनि बैना
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata.
जो गरु बरु कुलो होई अनुपा करी विवाहु सुतानुरूपा नातक कन्या बरु रहु कुआरी कम तऊ मां मम प्राण पियारी दुम दुर्गे माता Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. Dum Durge, Dum Durge, Dum Durge Mata. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti Mata. बोलो श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. Kahi asa Brahma Bhavana. Muni Geu haven't spoken this now. Narad Muni went to the abode of Brahmaji, right? He was one of the mind-born sons of Brahmaji, right? Agila Charita Sunahu Jasa Bhayu. Now here what happens next after that? That's what the line says, right? Literally. Now here what happens after that? Paitihi ikam tapai kaha meina natana me samuje muni baina. Here now, Meina, the mother of Parvati Devi, finding her husband alone there now, she can speak to him, you know. Normally, when you're in public with your husband and certain situations happen, it happens. And then when you go privately in a private space, what happens? In the private space, then now you could discuss. Hey, I didn't like what that person said, you know. Hey, I didn't like this. You know, now you can discuss it, right? So similarly here, in private space now, it has been discussed. And she says, my Lord, I did not understand, right? Nata na may, nata, Lord, right? Na may samuje. I didn't understand, Muni, Baina. The words of Naraji. I didn't understand this. Says, but when she's saying this, it's kind of, it's not literal, it's a little more figurative in the sense that she understood what he said, but she didn't want to believe in the words that he said at that point in time. Who wants to hear that their daughter after marriage some sort of individual? Note the description that he gave. Somebody that has no sort of merit in this world, somebody who have no family, no mother, no father. That's what was given earlier, right? As you all would have heard. Somebody who has long matted hair scattered and all these different things, right? There's barely clothed, all of these different things, right? He had this man had cobra thing for bracelet. Jai Bhagwan. He had cobra for bracelet. He had cobra for necklace. See why I like to put snakes around my neck now? For those of you that have seen, right? It's a different sense of peace if you know what you're doing and with what you're doing it with. I'm putting cobra, but I'm taking a chance with that one. But it's a different sense of peace and a different sense of balance. Here, she says she doesn't really want to believe it, right? Jau garu baru kulu hui anupa kari bivahu suta anu rupa. Says, if obviously now the Dulaha, if his, so she's speaking now from the standpoint of not just a mother who loves a child, but also from the standpoint of a queen. She says now, if the Dulaha and his house and his family and all these things be noble and worthy of our daughter. That is how you must speak about your child. But also make sure your child worthy also, right? As I said before. Make sure your child is worthy, but also think of your child like that. Don't call them names and all these kind of things. Wrong kind of name now. Lakar Pej and thing. You call them all kind of name Chul Chul and Chul Bull and all them things, right? Yeah? You call those things, you speak it on the child. Call them names that would benefit them. Like I told you before, Mahadeva, give them nice Rasi name and call them that all the time. Right? Come here Ram, come here Krishna, come here Sham. That's why you think, look at Ram and Sham, them parents are real smart, you know. Every time they have to call them, they are calling the name of the Lord. And Jennifer? Don't worry, she have a real spiritual one too, right? She have a good one. But that's the easiest example as how to use that, you know? So, literally, when you have that, you call in, you get in good karma every time you call that, right? So, here now, saying this says, if they be worthy of our daughter, right? Then arrange, go ahead, arrange for the marriage. Nata kanya baru rau kuari kamta umma mama prana pyari. If not, then this girl better remain unwed, for she's dearer to me than life itself. That is the love that that mother have for she child. Jai Bhagwan. Fellas, if you find a mother-in-law like that, is pressure. You better step up to the game, eh? That's why as fellas in society as well, we must also be worthy. All of us in nowadays, guys say it proudly. We all say it proudly, not so? You want a good woman to get married with, right? You want the best one. Are you the best? The ladies, them, yes, Baba, that's self. It goes both ways, eh? Similarly, we have to become the best. Don't only search for the best, but become the best. You understand? When you become that, you will also find that, right? So, here now she says this. Jau na milihi baru giri jahi jogu giri jara sahaja kahi sabu logu. If we fail to find a worthy spouse for Girija, that's another name now, synonym for Parvati, right? If we fail to find that, everyone will say, well, you hear what happened, you know? Everyone will say, this sounds familiar? In life when we live, we always concerned about what other people would say. Just yesterday I have so many conversations every day, right? Telling somebody, don't focus on what people say. They put in food on your table. They feeding you, they clothing you. Oh, Jai Bhagwan. But everybody wants to have an opinion on your life. I done with that long time. Long time. That, not anymore. Because anywhere you go, some people going to like you and love you. Like I have many of you here that love me. And then some people, no matter what you do on the earth, for them, you will be the most evil and wickedest thing upon the face of the earth. That's not true. All of you smiling because all of you know that this is true. Here, well, what will people say, right? What will people say? That the king himself is an utter fool? Jai Bhagwan, just so she tells her husband, Soi bichari pati karehu vivahu jehi na bahori hoi ur dahu. Keep this in mind, my Lord, right? Keep this in mind and arrange a marriage for her so that there, in such a way that there will not be anything to worry about and nothing to burn our hearts or affect our hearts later. So she's basically telling him, be very careful in the decision that you make. Now, Asakahi pari charana dhari sisa. It is said here that she bowed to her husband's feet there, right? Paying respects to him now. Bole sahita saneha girisa. And then now the king, he starts to speak unaffectionately. He replies, Barupa vaka pragate sasimahi narar bachanu anyatha nahi. He says, sooner shall the moon emit flames than the words of Narad Muni prove to be false. So it means, if Narad Muni said it, how do you say it? Bet your bottom dollar that it is going to come to pass. What happens now, devotees? He speaks now, and look how he consoles her in such beautiful tones, and he says to her, Priya Sochu. So Priya, right? Anybody named Priya? Yes? No? We have any Priyas? Priya means near and dear, most loved, right? Says Priya Sochu Pariharahu, my dear, he says, Sabha Sumirahu Sri Bhagavana. Lay aside all of your anxiety and worry and all of that and fix your thoughts on the Lord. When you're in difficulty, when you're in trouble, when you are worried, what do you do? What do you do? You run everywhere looking for a solution. You're running here, there, and there, and there, and there. Oh, go away. I need to find something to fix the situation, boy. You run, come by the Baba. Baba, got things bad, but walk something for me now. Right? All sorts of things you start doing now. Baba, pray. The next one come near, they say, Baba. I get plenty, so they wouldn't know who it is, right? I can't tell you in confidence, have to keep it, right? It's like, Baba, I went by this person and I spent a certain money. And I want to fix the situation. Only when I don't do it, then I realize how stupid I is. Legend, I'm telling you. Literally, they tell me. Then I realize now I shouldn't have done that. And I think I put myself in more problem now. I say, don't worry about it. That already happened. What you do now is what matters. And I'm telling you that also. We are all human beings, and sometimes we are put in so much difficulty and trials and turmoils and tribulations that you want help and you don't know where to get it from. Devotees? With that being said, right? Turn to Bhagwan. The answer is right here. Turn to God. He says, turn to Bhagwan. Fix your thoughts here. He says, Parvatihi nirmayu jehi soi karihi kalyan. The one who created Parvati, it wasn't us. The one who created Parvati, he himself will make everything perfect. Will make everything good, basically. Do we have that kind of faith and trust in God, devotees? Sometimes we have it a little bit and then it disappears. Yeah? I said that the other day. A man want to fight with man, all kind of thing. You feel it easy out here. It's a real thing. In a funeral too, you know. Man stand up and want to fight. Right? When you tell people something sometimes and they're already in a hurt place, it has hit them a little bit harder, right? And especially if they fall in the garden. Oh yeah, don't fight with me and thing, eh? I go win. So don't, right? The point about it is that at the end of the day, right? Again, you have to open your mind to understand. Here's what. Bhagwan has created you and placed you upon the face of the earth. We have faith and we're real praying, right? I told my mother this when the storm was coming to Trinidad. The amount of storm coming to Trinidad, Jai Bhagwan. And I tell everybody, it come in. It not come in. You have a man stand up like that there, 85 foot there. And all the mantra and bhajan and yagna and all these things chanting in Trinidad, and they began all talking about hurricane and storm and thing. ओ जिसका साथी है भगवान उसको क्या रोकेगा आंधी और तूफान. Whoever has God as his companion, what could stop him? आंधी और तूफान. Storm and hurricane. क्या बात है? What storm and hurricane stop Hanuman? What storm and hurricane? When the storm was coming, mommy preparing quick, and doing all kind of like, Ma, there's no storm coming, you know. I was like, and every day you lighten diya by Hanuman foot? Just so you know. I said, every day you lighten diya by Hanuman foot, and you're running scared now? Where the faith gone? Yeah? Mommy dearest, that's called she. I say, where all the faith gone now? I say, it not coming. Later on in the evening, there's no storm, nothing can come. Well, I'm real happy because I tell everybody, they're having none. I had made a post, so that was kind of a premonition. I made a post on social media before the news came out after, and I was like, with Hanuman self, and I was like, we worship God in various forms. We pray, and this kind of man you have standing to protect you, and you telling me you running to hide in a corner? No, I'm not saying don't prepare, you know. I'm not saying don't prepare. No. Prepare, but in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a habit. Only when everything started to go wrong side, then, oh God, I had to run and get this, Price Mart full that time. Storm coming, we had to prepare. You don't have no toilet paper in your house? That is the time everybody going to get it. I want to know, you have no cricks in your house? Jay, you have no food in your house? If it's somebody I understand, you really don't understand, okay? But everybody, none of them have gas in a liquor. Mine have a little bit right now, right? So hopefully nothing come. But normally, because I'm real busy right now, but normally, my tongue is full. I try to have it full because you prepare for a situation. Don't wait for it to get bad and then run and going to put yourself in more chaos. Be ready, but don't be fearful. Be prepared, but don't be fearful. When I said that, say, wait. I said, yes, the problem in today's society is sometimes leaders projecting fear into your hearts instead of telling you, remain calm and composed and understand. No, run and do this and run and do that and go here and go this and go. Lack of leadership in all aspects. All aspects. I ain't blaming no particular person. I'm talking about all aspects of life. In spiritual one, in physical, in every aspect. The lack of proper leadership. And we striking fear into the hearts of people. If leaders do that, then what is going to happen with the people? If you are dependent on the leaders to guide you and to take you forward, not so? Bolo Shri Shakti Jagamma Mata Ki Jai. Devotees, just like the instructions is being given here, right? She's going to be told to perform tapasya. It had a time I wanted answers and could not get it. And I said, if everybody, all the sages and saints that I have read about in the scripture could achieve it, why can't I? Why can't you? Why can't each and every one of you? This is not for me, devotees. I've come here to tell you that. That Divine Mother has sent me here to tell you that. This is not for me alone to access the divinity, the great experiences, the amazing life. It's not for any one person. Like 2. Or maybe 11, right? My favorite number. Right? It's not for any one person. It's for each and every one of us. You are meant to live a beautiful life. You are meant to live an amazing, amazing life. And when that time comes that you close your eyes, Jai Bhagwan, you would be smiling. That's how I want to be. Well, remember that, eh? All who are wrong that time now, you know? I will be smiling. Remember that I will be dancing. I always say I want celebration. Celebrate when I live in. If you want to love me now. You want to bring her flowers, come and bring it when? Nice fancy malana. Look how I love this thing make it. Jai Bhagwan. Little neemly fanning. You know how much time this thing take? That's why I don't take it off. I keep it on. Because I know it was made with love. Right? Give me the flowers now. Now when I'm dead, you're lining up from the junction to put flowers. And wave arti. Oh, I want to wave arti. That is respect. One mukdar in your tail. Arti, respect. Where you respected when mommy and daddy was alive? Where you respect when then? They're alive now. Do they arti? No. I see a parent. I saw a man tell his daughter, you married, don't do my arti. I tell she right in front of them, when he dead, don't go and do none either. You're wasting time. I say it as it is, you know. Bhagwan Shri Krishna said it as it is. He didn't say, well, if I tell you, nah, so it's so nice loving. No. Arjuna, go and battle. That is your dharma. That is your duty. Not like a mouse. He said it like a lion. Huh? But sometimes people are afraid to say it as it is. Leaders, you understand? At the end of the day, sometimes. Because you wouldn't like me maybe if I tell you the truth. Some people might not. Right? But it is what it is, devotees, right? So, don't wait until it is too late. Don't wait until you lose the opportunity. That's why I tell you, chant. When we chant, you sing. When we come here, it's not a performance. It's love. We are expressing our love. This is what we love. We live for this every single day. We ain't had time about anything there. I simply tell you to chant during the chanting as well because I know it will benefit you. But we are enjoying ourselves. This is enjoyment for us. We can do this every day, all the time, anywhere, anytime. Right? Let it become part of your life. Whether you choose whichever part of austerity or penance, whether it's mantra japam, whether it's meditation, whether it's bhakti, like what we're doing here, this is bhakti, right? Puja, the rituals, whatever part you choose, it's okay, you choose. But maintain it, we come back again from where I started this whole kata. The spiritual balance. You need to have that aspect of your life taken care of to balance the rest. I tell you, the moment I stop doing some sort of penance, whether it's meditation or job or something, everything starts to feel empty. It feels like something is missing. That helps to bring the cushion, to take the hard hitting that life is going to bring to you. You want the answer? You are getting the answer. When life is just punching in your face like this, so you know that? I go through it too. I know what I'm talking about, right? When it hits you and you feel like, oh God, I can't see my way. I don't know what is happening in my life. Turn to Bhagavan. Surrender at the feet of Bhagavan in whichever form. Let's surrender together. Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani, Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani, Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani, Jagjanani Ma Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani.
Sing Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani,
Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani,
Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani,
Ambe Bhavani Durga
Bolo
Bhavani.
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani.
Lakshmi Bhavani Kali Bhavani,
Lakshmi Bhavani Kali Bhavani,
Lakshmi Bhavani Kali Bhavani,
Lakshmi Bhavani Kali
Bolo
Bhavani.
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma Ambe Bhavani,
Jagjanani Ma
काली कपालिनी शक्ति भवानी
काली कपालिनी शक्ति भवानी
काली कपालिनी शक्ति भवानी
काली कपालिनी शक्ति भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी बोलो
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा
बोलो
भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे 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 भवानी
That divine mother, devotees, that divine mother is not far from us. She is with us. She's the one who has given birth to us. She's the one who has given life to us. I hold my mother near and dear to my heart, and I cherish her every single day of my life. The fathers are important too, but we'll come to that. But now it's about the mother. Cherish your mother and love her now. Don't wait, because a day and a time will come when she will not be there to be cherished. The scripture says, Matra Devo Bhava. I told you this. Honor thy mother as God. That Devi is in your home. She's in your heart. Worship that mother first before you sit down by the altar to worship. If you can't worship that one, then it makes no sense whatsoever. You're only fooling yourself. Love that mother. Jagat Janani Ma, the mother of this entire world. Who's the mother of your entire world? The mother of my world is my mother. She's right there. And your mother doesn't have to be by birth only, you know. Sometimes you can have, I have so many mothers right here. You know, your mother can be by action. Doesn't have to be by blood. Let's glorify. Param Shivani Sharda Bhavani
परम शिवानी शरदा भवानी
Param Shivani Sharda Bhavani
परम शिवानी शरदा
Bolo!
भवानी
Jag Janani Mambe Bhavani
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
So like this, that father of Parvati, he told Maina, his wife, to abandon all the fear and lay your thoughts on the Lord. Now, he says, if you have any love at all for your daughter, then go and advise her to practice tapasya, penance, so that it can bring about the union with Bhagwan Shiva. There is no other way of escaping grief and sorrow. Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani Blo
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani Sing
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
He continues to say that Naraji's words are full with deep meaning. Shiva is handsome, he says, and he is a treasure house of all gunas, of all virtues, all great virtues. Recognizing this truth, don't think about anything negative. I didn't say that, it's written. Understanding and knowing this. Why have fear? Why think negative when Bhagwan is with you? Says, Bhagwan Shiva himself is irreproachable in every way. He has no faults at all. Surrender to such a Lord, and he will cleanse and purify, and he will uplift you. Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
Ambe Bhavani Durga Bhavani
अम्बे भवानी दुर्गा भवानी
Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani Bolo
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
Jagajanani Mambe Bhavani
जग जननी मां अम्बे भवानी
When she heard the words, Maina felt very delighted at heart. And she stood up and went immediately to where Ma Parvati was. And seeing Parvati Devi, tears rushed into her eyes. Picture if you have a child, you see your child there lovingly and you're thinking about all these things and processing all these emotions. Tears rushed to her eyes and lovingly she took Parvati into her lap. And again, she hugged her tightly. Feel that warmth when your mother hugs you. Hugged her tightly. No voice could come from her because she's choked up with emotions. She found herself dumbstruck. She couldn't say anything. Her tongue was tied. Then, look at how beautiful this thing is, eh? What bhajan we chanting right now? What are you saying? Jaga, Janani, Ma, right? What did I just tell you? Mother of the entire universe. You want to know what the next line says? Then the mother of the universe. Can I make that up? I didn't even know that was coming. It says that the mother of the universe, right? Jagat Matu. I make it up? I didn't make it up. None of this that is happening here, devotees, is by guess. It is not. This is design. This Leela that is happening right now, this Yagna that you're in, it's not orchestrated by me, nor you, nor anybody. It is orchestrated by the Divine Mother. Please understand that when I tell you that. I can feel it in my heart and I understand that. This year amazes me when I see something like this. Because I could not have planned that. Right? Jagadamatu, right? This Mother of the Universe, the all-wise Bhavani, she spoke. Kya baat hai? In gentle words, gentle words that brought delight to her mother. Says, Ma, I relate to your vision I saw. A holy person came, right? Handsome and fair in complexion, and said, go, Girija, mountain, daughter of the mountain, and practice tapasya, right? Says, be assured that the words of Naraji are definitely true. The idea that your father has received and your mother, this in itself is all true. Tapasya, austerity or penance, is what will lead you to all the joy that you seek, and it will put an end to all your pain and sorrows. Devotees, that is the answer. How do you feel when you are present here? How do you feel right now? Clap, sing, rejoice. Forget about everything else. Don't worry about anything else that you don't have control over at this point in time. And I'm telling you, if you stop feeding the negative things energy and you start feeding the positive things energy, then you will experience a different kind of joy. Ambe Bhavani, Durga Bhavani, experience it. Ambe Bhavani, Durga Bhavani, blow.
Ambe Bhavani, Durga Bhavani.
Jagajanani Ma Ambe Bhavani.
Jagajanani Ma Ambe Bhavani.
Jagajanani Ma Ambe Bhavani. Jagajanani Ma Ambe Bhavani. Jagajanani Ma Ambe Bhavani. Bolo Shari Shakti Shrama Mata ki Jai. Kya baat hai devotees. So here now, she says about this vision, she speaks about this vision and she says, as I said, tapasya, the vision that she had told her that tapasya is what will bring utmost joy and put an end to all sorrows and pain. What happens next? We will hear tomorrow. Oh, you all know this thing by now. Kya baat hai. So you will hear that tomorrow, so you have to come tomorrow to get the continuation. Devotees, at this point in time, time has gone again, it's beyond us. I hope that you received a lot of valuable information at this point in time. We make preparation as we join in our final Aarti here this evening. Aarti ke liye sab khara ho jaiye. And now that you have all this wonderful information, make the most of this experience that is before you now. Rejoice, celebrate, enjoy in your own way. You've come here to celebrate. ओम साजं च वैठिसनिक्तमहिन योजितं या दीपं ज्ञानदेव शत्रैलोक्यं तिमिरापहं दीपं दृश्यामि। बोलो सारी शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया। सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन
पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल।
ले तेरी बेत चराया, ले तेरी बेत चराया। अम्मा सुनो मेरे देवी
पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
सुबह चोली तेरे अंग विराजे,
सुबह चोल तेरी अंग विराजे,
सुबह चोली तेरे अंग विराजे।
सुबह चोल तेरी अंग विराजे।
केसर तिलक लगाया, केसर तिलक लगाया। अम्मा सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया। अम्मा नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया,
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया,
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया।
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया।
सोने का छत्र चराया,
सोने का छत्र चराया।
अम्मा सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया,
तेरा पारन पाया।
ऊंचे पर्वत बनयो दिवाला,
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला,
ऊंचे पर्वत बनयो दिवाला।
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला।
नीचे शहर बसाया, नीचे शहर बसाया। अम्मा
सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये,
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये,
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये।
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये।
कलियुग राज सवाया, कलियुग राज सवाया। मैया
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती।
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती।
मोहन भोग लगाया, मोहन भोग लगाया। अम्मा
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
ज्ञानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे,
ज्ञानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे,
ज्ञानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे।
ज्ञानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे।
मन वांछित फल पाया, मन वांछित फल पाया। अम्मा सुनो मेरे देवी
पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे बोलो।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
शारदे शारदे देवी माता 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 शारदे।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
हे अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
अम्मा भवानी शारदे जगदम्बा भवानी शारदे।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
बम 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 लहरे।
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 अगर बम 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 लहरे।
अगर बम 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 लहरे।
शिवोला बंदारी साधु शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बनारी सारी शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बंदारी साधु शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बनारी सारी शिवोला शिवोला।
बम 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 लहरे।
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 शिवोला बंदारी साधु शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बनारी सारी शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बंदारी साधु शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवोला बनारी सारी शिवोला शिवोला।
शिवाय रुद्राय नमः।
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 जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाशक्ति रे बोलो।
जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाशक्ति रे जय देवी महाशक्ति रे। जय देवी महाशक्ति रे। बोलो श्यारी शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Narayan. Devotees, at this point in time, let's clasp our hands, close our eyes and bow our heads in prayers. We thank the Divine Mother, Bhagwan Shiva, all these wonderful devatas and devis, that Divine Lord and Master of this creation, for giving us this most wonderful opportunity to join in devotions tonight as we pray with faith, with love and devotion. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujanam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarastame. Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Purnamanaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. With faith, with love and devotion, we lift our voices as we chant victory to Bhagwan. बोलो श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। श्री महाप्रभु महादेव की जय। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। हर नम पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। जय सीताराम एवरीवन। Narayan. Aram se baithiye, seat yourselves most comfortably. Again, thank you to all of you wonderful devotees for taking the time to come from near and far. I hope that you would have received the information well. You'll take it home with you and you'll join us tomorrow and bring a friend. So, Arti will come your way, Prasad will come, and meals are prepared. So please stay and partake before going to your wonderful homes. As I said, come tomorrow and bring a friend as we continue this wonderful journey in devotions. So, may God bless the hands that have prepared the food and all the devotees who have come and prepared for the puja and all of these wonderful things. And to my wonderful group on stage, again, thank you for assisting me every night in creating these cosmic vibrations. With that being said, I hand over to them now.
जय दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती माँ, जय दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, एक तू ही धन्यवान है गौरी काली जगदम्बा, एक तू ही धन्यवान है गौरी काली जगदम्बा। जय दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, एक तू ही धन्यवान है गौरी काली जगदम्बा, एक तू ही धन्यवान है गौरी काली जगदम्बा।